On your Mac, have you ever noticed on that settings button that there is a circle there with a number in it, a red circle? Well, that indicates that you are overdue for an update of the operating system. Don't stress, I'm going to show you through it. It's really not too hard. Now, before we go ahead and do the update, let's find out why. Well, Apple explains that keeping your software up to date is one of the most important things you can do because you want to maintain security of your Mac. So that's a big one. There are also bug fixes, and so that will help you as well if you are finding that things are crashing out or just not working. There are always bugs in pretty much all software, so it's good to keep that up to date. Now you can actually set your updates to happen automatically. So how do we know we need those updates? So you can see here on this settings button, I've got a circle with a red circle with the number 1. That means I've got one update in there. Now, before we go ahead and do the update, we can click on there and check for updates. If we go into here, software update available, and you can see that I've got automatic updates set to on, and it's now checking for updates. That might take a minute or two depending on the speed of your network. So I can see that this update is available, and I can get more info about the update and what's included. But before I go ahead and do that, I want you to check 3 things. Number 1 is you want to have enough power. Ideally, you really want to have your power source to be a power adapter rather than just rely on the battery. Number 2 is make sure that your network is a good network, a good reliable network for the update. And number 3 is Apple recommends that you do a backup. So I'll just show you the backup quickly, and I'm going to search for Time Machine, and what I can do here, there's my Time Machine, and I can see that actually Time Machine is just here as well. So I've got an external device, and that's where I am doing my backups to, but that's up to date. I can go into Time Machine settings. That's the name of my device, and mine's set to backup every hour. And so that backup has just happened. So you may like to do a backup. Generally, it's unlikely that you're going to need to roll back, but it is a safety measure. And now we're ready to get started with the update. Now there are a couple of ways of doing it. We can go straight into here, into settings, and click software update, or we could do it up here. Click the Apple menu and system settings, and then once again that will take you into the automatic updates. And at this point, what we need to do is click on update now. Okay, need to agree. It's going to do the download first. Okay, so we get to see just how big this update is. Of course, it depends on what you're updating from. And if you do have any questions or technical problems, then contact Apple and ask them, because they'll want to know things like what version, what device you are updating, what version you're running, and so on. Okay, so that's been downloading for about 32 minutes. So now you can see why I was recommending that you work off your power and not off your battery, and why you want to have your network optimized as best you can. Okay, so that download is just finishing now. So this is the next step. You can just leave this running. While we're there, we can just click on this question mark here, and it gives you a few details about how to change your software update settings if you want to do that. So that's a link to the Apple help page, and I'm also going to include a link to the page on how to update your Mac OS. To get this pop-up message to say that my computer is going to restart in 1 minute, I can make that faster and click restart now. Obviously that's going to end this recording, so after the restart I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, the laptop has rebooted, and overall that's taken just a little bit less than an hour. So we can see that it's up to date now. If we click on the Apple menu here and go into System Settings, if we go into General down here and then Software Update, it does another check for updates because I've got automatic updates on. And as you can see, it's now up to macOS Ventura 13.1. So that's all good. Now, one thing that I know is available under 13.1 should be Freeform. So if I click on the Spotlight search, hold the Command key down and press the space bar, and I can see that Freeform is open there. And I'm looking forward to doing that. It's a great tool that I can use for taking notes and for brainstorming. I'll probably make another video about that at some later stage. So there you are, Mac OS update. Now you'll see the links in the description below which show you how to update your Mac OS on your Mac.